Waukesha County.
A woman from Wales snapped this picture in her yard recently. There have been different theories as to what that is.
From unexplained beasts lurking in the woods to ghostly beings wandering the streets. Here are the shocking encounters that will leave you questioning everything. So, if strange creatures and mysterious entities fascinate you, stay tuned. A group of friends often explored abandoned cemeteries, but one day they encountered something in an abandoned cemetery that completely shocked them. A giant werewolf-like beast was locked in a cage, and it looked fully aggressive. It was trying hard to get out of there, but it couldn't manage to escape. It seemed like someone had locked it there for a long time, but who did it? No one knew. They didn't think it was safe to stay there and decided to leave, which I would say was the right decision. Dogman. In a small town in Brazil, locals were suddenly startled by terrifying noises in the middle of the night. They didn't dare step outside to check, but the next morning they found something that left them all speechless. A dogman-like creature lying lifeless in the middle of the road. It seemed to have been in a fight, but here's the twist. No one in town had ever seen this creature before. Guess the mystery was bigger than the fight itself. Werewolf. Last year, a video was shared on social sites from an unknown source, which puzzled every viewer. An expert or doctor was checking a giant werewolf mouth and its big, scary teeth. No one knows where this video was recorded, but the way he was checking it seems like it was a secret lab. People had different opinions about it. Some believed it was the famous werewolf in a small town of Brazil, which was caught by authorities, and now they were examining it, while others thought it was a scientist experiment result on a wolf. Unidentified creature. In 2009, a farmer in Colombia was going about his usual work in the fields, never expecting his day to take such a strange turn. Suddenly, he noticed a strange wild animal, but it was more than that. A strange creature, like a giant anteater, was walking casually, as if it was looking for something to eat. The farmer thought it might be a creature from hell, or a result of a scientific experiment. Terrified by the sight, he left the field immediately. Beast wolf. Some wrong turns lead to adventure. Others lead you straight to nightmare fuel. A man lost his way and accidentally ended up in an old town in Peru, where it seemed few people lived. While sitting in his car and observing everything, he noticed a nearby school building. When he looked closely into the building, he was terrified. There was a giant werewolf-like creature, seemingly searching for something to eat. It felt like a scene straight out of a sci-fi movie. He left immediately and never returned again. Skunk ape. Getting lost in the woods is one thing, but getting lost with a skunk ape nearby, that's a whole different adventure. Tourist was exploring the woods in Austin, Texas, but accidentally wandered in too deep. He was about to head back when suddenly he felt a strange movement around him. He nervously checked around and saw, at a short distance, a skunk ape that seemed to be searching for something to eat. Seeing this, he was terrified and waited, hoping the creature would leave so he could get out of there. Luckily, it left, and he was able to safely make his way back. Another world beast.
انت متجوز يا ملهوز يا شلهوز؟
A group of friends, while exploring the woods, wandered too deep and stumbled upon an abandoned house. Now, considering they were already this deep into the woods, visiting an old abandoned house probably wasn't the best idea. But well, they went anyway. They thought they were alone in the house, but that wasn't the case. Suddenly, a giant beast came out from one of the rooms, and as they looked at it, they realized it didn't belong to this world. The encounter was so terrifying that they were left speechless. For a while, they just stared at each other, and then these friends ran away. Honestly, they should have done that earlier.
ما راح أقرب أكثر.
Abandoned house. Ever wonder if your creepy exploration video might just get a little too real? A group of YouTubers decided to investigate an abandoned house, thinking it would be just another spooky adventure. But as they recorded outside, a skinwalker suddenly appeared on the roof, looking absolutely furious. Clearly, they had upset something that didn't like visitors. Terrified, the group dropped everything and ran for their lives, never to return again. Indonesian Tuyul. It started like any regular jamming session in Indonesia. Just some friends singing and strumming their guitars late at night. Everything seemed normal until one guy, recording the fun, spotted something terrifying. Standing behind his friends was a shadowy creature, its figure eerily still yet unnervingly present. At first, he thought his eyes were playing tricks, but as he kept staring, the creature moved. It slipped into the room, and then chaos erupted. It charged at them. In seconds, laughter turned to panicked screams, and they ran out of there. Seems like the ghost wasn't a fan of late-night music sessions. Big eyes.
So this frickin' thing,
A man's car broke down near the woods in the middle of the night. He locked his car and booked a cab. While waiting, he started exploring the area around him. Everything was fine, and the cab was only 5 minutes away from his location. But then, he felt as if someone was watching him from that distance. When he looked closely, he saw big, glowing eyes in front of him, which surely belonged to some kind of monster. It seemed like it was waiting for the right moment to catch the man. He immediately hid and waited for the cab. As soon as it arrived, he quickly left. Those 5 minutes were surely the most difficult of his life.
is absolutely staring at me right now.
Wrong call. A group of friends decided to explore the woods, thinking it would be an adventure, but one of them clearly watched too many horror movies and wandered off on his own. Going alone into the woods is never a good idea, and he realized this after a while. He noticed a strange movement nearby, and at a short distance, a creepy skinwalker was in front of him. Luckily, it didn't notice him, and he safely left the area and went back to his friends. Let's just hope that next time, he won't make this same mistake. Cryptid encounter.
Over where?
Never trust the quiet of the woods. Sometimes it's hiding something far stranger than you'd expect. A man was going to explore the woods with his kids when suddenly something unusual happened. His daughter felt a strange movement in the woods, and as soon as the man saw this, he immediately took them and left the area. A cryptid was hiding there, observing them, as if it was waiting for their arrival. When they didn't come any closer, it slowly made its way back into the woods. Luckily, his daughter had seen it, or who knows what might have happened to them.
Hey! What are you doing over there?
Close encounter. A group of friends were camping in the woods in Indonesia. They set up a swing there and surely had a great time together. But they were unaware that there was someone else there who was not at all happy with their presence. I'm talking about a creepy skinwalker who was standing right behind them, but they had no idea. It seemed like it was waiting for the right moment to attack them, but before it could do anything, luckily the friends left the area. Otherwise, what might have happened to them? We can only guess. CCTV caught ghost. Late one night, A street CCTV camera captured something truly unsettling. This wasn't your average late-night wanderer. Yep, it was something far creepier. The figure appeared ghostly, crawling on all fours with eerie movements that made it seem like it didn't want to be seen. At one point, it started clawing at a banner on the wall, almost as if it was angry or frustrated. But when the camera zoomed in, its face became clearer, and it didn't look human at all. Could this be a ghostly apparition, or something even more sinister? One thing's for sure, this clip will give you chills. Creepy creature. In a small town in Indonesia, strange noises were often heard coming from the woods. To check this, a man went alone into the woods. He stayed there for a long time, but didn't feel anything unusual. However, as he was about to leave, out of nowhere, a strange creature appeared in front of him. He instantly realized who was causing the noises. It looked like a strange skinwalker that was continuously staring at him. The man wasn't afraid and stayed there. Later, the skinwalker ran into the woods, and the strange noises were never heard again. The nearby locals gave all the credit to the brave man who faced the skinwalker. Camping encounter. Always trust your instincts, especially when they say run. Back in 2015, a man was camping in the woods, and everything was fine at first, but then he started hearing some scary noises. He instantly realized that something was there that was far from normal. Despite all of this, he left the camp to check around, and then exactly what he feared happened. A creepy skinwalker was in front of him. He was so terrified upon seeing it that he left everything behind and fled the area immediately. Creepy encounter. In a small town in Romania, there was heavy snowfall, and late at night, no one would leave their homes. But a boy casually went outside in the middle of the night, and he saw some footsteps that didn't seem like they belonged to any normal human or animal. At this moment, he should have gone back home, but out of curiosity, he kept following the footsteps and ended up near the woods. No new footsteps were visible here, meaning whatever it was close by. And just then, a scary giant skinwalker appeared in front of him, slowly moving towards him. This was the moment when he realized his mistake, and luckily, he ran away immediately. Otherwise, we wouldn't be hearing this story. Terrifying figure. A man was live streaming in a forest when something terrifying happened. While he was streaming, he noticed a strange figure appearing in front of him. The figure, which seemed to resemble a creature, suddenly emerged from the bushes and was clearly visible on the camera. The man, shocked by what he saw, froze for a moment. Then, in an instant, the figure flew off and disappeared, leaving no trace behind. The man, overwhelmed with fear, screamed and panicked, completely startled by the unexpected encounter. He never imagined that something so strange would happen during his live stream. Unexpected encounter. A tourist was exploring a village in Portugal. He was recording all the nearby fields with his camera when suddenly he saw something unusual. At a short distance, he spotted a strange animal that initially looked like a monkey, but when he got closer, he was shocked by what he saw. It was a strange creature. Its body resembled that of an animal, but its face looked like a baby beast. It didn't want to harm him. It just seemed like it wanted him to leave. The tourist didn't stay long either. After observing for a short while, he left the site. Muscular crow.
You have to check out this bizarre bird that's taking the internet by storm, and we're going to tell you right now, this is real. Look at the images here. This is a crow spotted at a mall in Japan.
In 2019, a strange crow was spotted in Nagasaki, Japan, that left locals and onlookers in awe. This bird was unlike any other. A massive, bulky figure with dark, thick feathers, resembling a gorilla in its size and shape. People began calling it the Gorilla Crow, its eerie presence sparking whispers and rumors. Videos and photos of this peculiar creature spread quickly, drawing attention from across the globe. Yet no one could truly explain its origins or its unusual traits. The truth remains a question. Trail captures. In Texas, a trail camera captured something that completely puzzled every viewer. It shows that in the middle of the night, a ghostly figure suddenly passes behind a deer, and the deer senses its presence. After some time, the authorities shared the video online, and people left various comments about it. Some believed it was a ghost that had been living in the woods for years, while others thought it was just a reflection. Unexpected encounter. In a small town in Ukraine, a tourist arrived, and as he came, the locals told him, "No one goes near the woods during snowfall. Don't go there either." But out of curiosity, he went anyway. At first, everything seemed normal, but then something appeared in front of him that made him realize why everyone had warned him. A strange humanoid figure, like a goblin, was staring at the tourist. He was terrified when he saw it and quickly ran away from there. I hope he will never make such a mistake again. Bigfoot. If you're ever camping in the woods, remember, sometimes the only thing bigger than your plans is the creature lurking nearby. A man was going into the woods in Michigan for camping, but he couldn't find a proper spot. Everything was fine, but then suddenly, he heard some scary sounds, like a giant was walking nearby. Surprisingly, it turned out that the noises were indeed from a giant, Bigfoot. It was passing in front of him, and it looked like it was searching for something to eat. Seeing this, the man was terrified and quietly left the area. Big eyes. Sometimes trail cameras capture things that animals can only sense. Such was the trail footage recorded in Michigan's woods, where a raccoon can be seen searching for food, but in front of it, there are huge, glowing eyes, as if a giant monster is secretly waiting to get closer. When the footage was shared online by the authorities, people gave various opinions about it. Some believed it was a monster, while others thought the glowing eyes were just distant lights that looked like eyes. However, there was only forest behind, so there couldn't have been lights. Something unusual was definitely going on. Ghostly cryptid. What I'm about to show you will totally puzzle you, just like it did to me. In a small town in Peru, a worker stole something from a factory, and the security guards were checking the CCTV footage. They didn't get much information about the stolen item, but what they saw shocked them. A strange cryptid-like creature was passing outside the factory, but it wasn't properly visible, almost like a ghost. There were woods nearby, and it surely came from that area. Since then, no one knows where the creature went. 90s giant.
Hold on! Wait a second! Robin, what is that?
In the late 90s, there were a lot of rumors about Bigfoot sightings in the woods of a small town in Utah. To investigate this, a reporter set up camp there and planned to record everything on camera. After a long wait, it finally appeared in front of him, the creature he had heard so many rumors about. Yes, I'm talking about Bigfoot, who came out of the deep woods for a short time and then was heading back. He quickly recorded it, and then, for a long time, locals were prohibited from going there. After some time, Bigfoot was never seen in the area again.
Robin, what are you doing?
Rake sighting. A family on vacation in Australia went for a peaceful evening walk on the beach after dinner. The mom, wanting to capture memories, decided to film her kids playing in the sand. It seemed like a normal, happy moment, but everything changed when she saw something really creepy in the video. Right there, in the background, was a pale, ghostly creature crawling on all fours. The eerie figure blended into the night, its details hard to see, but its presence was undeniable. I personally believe it's no ordinary being, but the Rake, a terrifying cryptid from legend. Strange creature. A man was walking on a track near the woods, but suddenly he noticed an unusual movement in the bushes, and what appeared left him completely puzzled. It was a strange creature with a body like a cat and a long tail. It was walking casually there and remained unbothered by the man's presence. The man had no idea what exactly it was, whether it was the result of a scientist's experiment or a strange creature that came from somewhere deep in the woods. He observed it for a while and then left the site. Unidentified creature. A man was passing through a small town in Canada when he thought of resting there for a while. He went into an abandoned house, and surprisingly, the whole town felt like no one lived there. Suddenly, he heard some weird noises coming from outside the house. As he went out to check, he was shocked. A strange lizard-like creature was stuck to a wall, and it looked totally creepy. It seemed like the result of some scary scientific experiment. He decided it was better not to stay there and quickly left. Who knows? There might be a scientist's lab where these experiments were taking place. Shapeshifter. Some believe that the world is full of hidden shapes, where nothing is quite as it seems. A watchman was doing his duty in a small town in Peru, but suddenly noticed something which was hard to believe. A strange dog-like animal was running toward them, and all of a sudden, it transformed into an old man. Then the old man walked ahead normally, like a young man. It was a moment that terrified the watchman completely. After seeing this, no one could say for sure whether the people around them are real or shapeshifters. Water park mystery. A tourist was enjoying a ride at Portugal's biggest water park, thinking it was just another fun day when something unusual happened. He felt like something was chasing him in the water, and when he looked closely, that's exactly what was happening. For a few seconds, he caught a glimpse of a strange creature in the water, and then it disappeared. What exactly it was and how it got there is unknown, but whatever it was really fast. Giant spider. One night, a guy decided to film from his apartment window, and what he captured was pure nightmare fuel. There it was, a giant spider-like creature scaling the side of a building. But this wasn't just any creepy crawler. Its shape and movement reminded me of something straight out of a horror story, like the Slender Man in spider form. It climbed down the building before vanishing behind the building, leaving everyone who saw it frozen in fear. Some people claim it's just a clever hoax or CGI, but others were convinced it was real. A monster roaming the city under the cover of night. Whatever it was, the mystery has left everyone on edge. Pokong. Late one night, a guy was walking alone on a quiet road in Indonesia when he saw something that made his heart race. Ahead of him, a strange figure was hopping down the road, not walking, but jumping, almost like it was floating. This wasn't something ordinary. The figure was completely wrapped in white cloth, just like the infamous Hantu Pokong from Indonesian legends. Locals believe this spirit, known as the Pokong, roams villages at night, hopping restlessly, trapped between the living and the dead. And yes, they say it can leap over 100 meters in a single bound. Imagine seeing that. Would you run or freeze in terror? Haunted house. A girl was home alone during Christmas while her family was out on vacation. For days, she kept hearing strange noises coming from the lawn, but brushed it off, thinking it was just her imagination, or maybe a stray animal. But then, the CCTV cameras revealed the truth. In the daylight, they caught a shadowy figure gliding across her lawn. And let me tell you, it wasn't normal. At first glance, it looked like something straight out of Harry Potter, a Dementor creeping through the night. When the footage hit the internet, it caused an uproar. Some said it was an animal, but others swore it was something paranormal. What do you think, guys? Creature or chilling coincidence? Ghost in garage. A man who bought a house with a spooky reputation decided to settle the rumors by installing CCTV cameras all over the place. And guess what? The stories weren't just tales. Late one night, in his garage, the camera caught something chilling, a transparent figure drifting around his car. It wasn't a shadow, it wasn't a trick of the light. It looked like a ghost floating through space. The owner was frozen in fear, convinced he had captured solid proof of the supernatural. If it were me, I would be out of that house faster than you could say Ghostbuster. Mysterious presence. A man was passing by the woods when he saw a group of stray dogs barking wildly near the bushes. He thought it might be a cat there, but as soon as he got closer, he was shocked. There was nothing, no one, but the bushes were moving as if someone was hiding inside them. He was totally puzzled, so he recorded a video of the whole scene and posted it online, where people shared different opinions about it. Some believed it was a ghost, and the dogs were barking at it, while others thought a hobbit or pixie might be there. Close encounter. The Amazon River is home to unusual and giant animals, so if someone sees something like that, don't be surprised. A local man was fishing in the river on his boat when he had a similar close encounter. A giant anaconda, which at first looked like some kind of river monster, passed right by him. Surprisingly, the local wasn't scared at all. He even tried to grab it and held onto its tail for a while. Now, I don't know if this is common there or if this guy was just extra brave, but I would never do something like that. Cemetery Devil. A group of friends were playing a game with a rule. The loser had to go to the cemetery in the middle of the night. At the end of the game, the boy who lost followed the rules and headed there. At first, everything seemed normal, but as he was about to leave, he noticed something near a grave. Something we might expect at that place. I'm talking about the devil. It had two big horns, a scary face, and looked like it had been disturbed by something. Seeing this, the boy was terrified and immediately ran away. I guess he'll never play that game again. Creepy hand. A group of friends were on a long journey in Romania when they spotted an abandoned house in a small town along the way. They decided to rest there for a while before starting the rest of their journey. While exploring the house, they saw that one corner of the roof was broken and something was there. As they looked closer, suddenly a creepy hand came out from the broken roof, terrifying them badly. It was for sure that the hand belonged to some kind of monster. They immediately left and never returned again.
My gosh.
Abandoned building. In Romania, a building's top floor had been closed for many years, and no one was allowed to go there. Everyone believed a creature lived there, but to investigate, a man who lived in the opposite apartment started monitoring the building top floor daily. Then one day, as he was observing, the creature he had heard about appeared in front of him. It wasn't just any creature, it was a skinwalker. It seemed like it had been purposely kept there, as skinwalkers are usually found in the woods. Maybe some scientist had kept it there for their scary experiments. Creepy ghost. In a town in Romania, a local's car alarm suddenly started ringing in the middle of the night. He thought someone was trying to steal the car, but as he went outside, everything seemed normal. To be extra careful, he checked the footage from his CCTV camera. What he saw left him shocked. It wasn't related to anything about his car. Instead, a creepy, ghostly figure was seen passing by outside his house. It seemed like it was some otherworldly creature that had disguised itself as a ghost because it had a proper body. No one knew exactly what it was, but it was never seen again. CCTV captures. Always keep checking the CCTV cameras around your house. You never know what might be lurking outside. While checking his CCTV footage after a long time, a local in Dallas saw something that completely stunned him. A skinwalker was lurking outside his house, and surprisingly, no one noticed it. It stayed there for a while, but no one knows where it went after. Luckily, it didn't hurt anyone. From now, I guess everyone there will keep checking their CCTVs. Bigfoot in air. A picture was shared on social sites from an unknown source which puzzled every viewer. A Bigfoot can be seen hanging in the air with a rope from a helicopter. Now it is strange how a giant was hanged. People are seriously concerned about it and share different opinions. Some believe that if the authorities wanted to keep Bigfoot a secret, there was no way they would move it like this way, while others thought the picture had been edited in the wrong way, and there was no official confirmation from the authorities about it. And now let us move on towards our subscribers' pick of the day. You never know what you might see when you're up late. In a small town in Indonesia, something unusual happened. In the middle of the night, a man was on the roof of his house when he saw a person running in fear on the road. Chasing him was something that no one would easily believe. A strange humanoid figure, resembling a werewolf. The man hid behind a wall, and after a while of searching in the area, the strange figure finally left the area. It seemed like the figure was either possessed or perhaps a werewolf. What exactly was happening, maybe we'll never know.
This next clip allegedly comes from CCTV cameras in an unknown city in the Philippines. A woman in a red hoodie is seen walking along a city street, but the CCTV camera image becomes very strange.
Glitch doon, sira yung CCTV natin. Yun na. Check yung Sanchez yung CCTV, bakit yun? Wala yung ulo. Pati nga ng bangka.
As you can see in the clip, the video seems to glitch in a very bizarre way, making it look as if the woman's head disappears multiple times. But oddly, the rest of the video is perfectly clear. Now, in the Philippines, there's a strange superstition that says that if someone appears in a photograph without a head, it means that that person will soon pass away. Creepily enough, a few minutes later, and this happens.
Ayun o, bilis. Ayun, nawala ng pwede.
The unfortunate woman is accidentally struck by a runaway taxi van, and it is said that she did actually pass away as the result of her injuries, just like the old Filipino superstition says. Now, this clip immediately went viral on Philippines websites and social media, but no one knows the original source of the video, which leaves us to wonder, is this real proof of the paranormal? Or is it just an old malfunctioning CCTV system? Or is it all just a very elaborate hoax? As always, you decide. Nightlight. A woman named Brandis says that late one night while she and her husband were sleeping, their home security camera caught this strange event at 2:45 in the morning. The family dog perks up as a bright light flashes and what looks like a pale little face seems to peek out of the door. Then a shadowy figure about the size of a child seems to be standing in the hallway before disappearing, just as the little pale face peeks out of the door again. Brandis and her husband Sky have never posted or even experienced anything paranormal, and they say they have no idea what this could be. Something at the door. Chase Beckstead and his wife Rachel are staying overnight in the house of Rachel's recently deceased grandfather. The elderly man had passed away in the house only 1 month earlier. So the couple is just settling in for the night when suddenly something happens that is downright creepy.
How you doing? You okay?
I don't know.
You a little freaked out?
A little bit.
So, we were just going to bed and we're not... Let me just show you. Like, we literally had to put the bag up against the door because we're not sure. And like, we're literally just...
Even though there's no draft or air current in the house, the bedroom door begins to randomly move as if it's being quickly pulled back and forth by some unseen force. Understandably, Chase and Rachel are pretty shaken up by the strange, unexplained phenomena. They decide to just pack up their stuff and leave the house. But this is when things get even creepier.
Okay, so we're leaving. We got all of our stuff packed. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, we're out here. Rachel's already in the car. I'm leaving, like, I don't know what's going on.